Hey, worship team. We just did a youth worship night, and it was amazing. So, if you're not on the worship team for this Friday, you should go to the worship night this Friday at 7 at the church. It's gonna be amazing. I am so crazy busy this week and the last couple weeks. I don't know if you've heard Kurt talk about how his to-do list is like a billion lists long, and he never has seen the bottom of his I must do this urgently now. But that's how I feel this week. I started with 10 things that I must do, and I haven't done any of them, and now I have 15 things that I must do. It's insane. So the only time that I have to shoot a video and send this out is late Wednesday night after a worship night. I just wanted to say one thing of encouragement to you, and that is, I told a couple singers at a worship practice. It feels like often we, as worship leaders, and me in particular, I see you and I see what you could do. I see what you're currently accomplishing, and I see what you could accomplish, and so I push you often really hard and often into uncomfortable waters. And I do it on purpose, and most of the time you rise to the occasion, and it's amazing. But what can happen is I'll ask you to do something, and if you don't execute it right the first time, or even if you do, you can begin to internalize the critique and own it as if it's who you are and how you are. So you might miss that drum fill, that break, and I'm like, oh no, didn't mess that up. Let's try it again. Let's get it right. Let's do it 1,000 times until we get it right, and then we get it right. But you've still internalized oh, I'm the guy that can't do the break. Or for singers all the time, you've heard so often, oh, you're going flat there, or oh, your voice isn't blending right, and then we fix the problem, but you've still already heard that, and the damage is done. And so I just wanted to say, worship team, that you are a great musician, and we are pushing you because you are a great musician, not because you're a crap musician. If you were a bad musician, we wouldn't have you on the worship team. And you are enough. You know what I mean? And the reason that I'm like, hey, you need to be practicing is not because you have a lack that you need to make up for. It's because God's given you this talent, and if you develop it, it can be something incredible. And if you don't, you're going to be wasting the talent He gave you, and that's not what He's called you to do. So that's kind of the one thing I wanted to say. It feels like God's doing something in worship that's an amazing way, and so my encouragement is to lean into it. Spend more time with Him than you think you need and that you have been. Spend time with Him in worship in particular. Play your instrument to Him in practice. Sure, if you want to practice scales, great, but make sure you devote some time with your instruments to just be like, God, I'm going to worship you with my bass playing, or my harmony singing, or my drumming, or whatever it is. Give that to Him and watch what He's doing, because He's doing something incredible at Lake Sam, and it feels like we're on the precipice of something new and amazing. And all of the people that I pray with regularly and talk to are saying, God's doing something at Lake Sam, and it's starting with worship, and it's going to continue. So that's exciting. We're going to do, switching hats, we're going to do the schedule for 3 months again. So put in your availability through April. Some short teams. You'll notice that I've been playing every week, and that's not my preference. That's not true. I love playing every week. But that's not ideal. But it's because of availability is hard. So once again, if you're willing to play more, let me know. I would love to schedule you every week. If you play a different instrument that I don't know about, and you want to serve in that way, let me know. I love that. Otherwise, put your blackout dates in. I'm excited for what God has for us. And again, worship night, Friday, 7. You should definitely be there. It's going to be awesome. All right. Love you, whoever you are watching this video. Worship team person, I definitely love you. And yeah, now I've made it weird. Weird love. Bye.